In this video, we're going to look into locating points in the Cartesian plane. So we are asked to give the coordinates of each point. So we have that red dot there. Usually by default, if there are no numbers within the Cartesian plane and no other direction given, we assume that the intervals here, so when we count, it's by 1. So as we can see, there's no number, no other, so we'll consider it counting by 1. So, to reach this point, first we shall count on the x-axis. So, just to show, there we go, we skip count. This is our origin, so we go 1, 2, so this is a 2. So, our location from the x-axis is 2. Then we shall go from here, 1, 2, then 3. So this is 2 and this is actually 3. We went 2 units to the right, then 3 units upward. Therefore, the location of this point is actually 2, 3 or 2, 3. So that's our first point. We have our another point here. So can we pause the video and try to locate where is this point in the Cartesian plane? Alright, so let's see. So since it's here in quadrant 3, this is quadrant 1, but here we're in quadrant 3, so we'll start counting from the origin, going to the left. So we'll have from 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is negative 3 because we went to the left. And then we'll go down 1, 2. So we went 3 left and 2 down. Therefore, this would be negative 3, negative 2, or negative 3, negative 2. We have another point here. So pause the video and try to find the location of this point in the Cartesian plane. So here we shall be counting to the right, then down below. So there we go. Our point is here, so we'll count 1, 2, they're aligned, so we'll stop here at 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we went 2 to the right, then 1, 2, 3, 4 downward. Therefore, the location of this point is at 2, negative 4. We have another point. It's here. So let's see. When we count, from the origin, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we went 5 to the left. Then when we go up, it's just one step. So therefore, the location of this point will be negative 5, 1. So that's how we find the location or the coordinates of the points in the Cartesian plane. So we are asked to locate in which quadrant is each point. Let's just take a look back at that. So here we have the first quadrant, which has a positive x and a positive y. The second quadrant, which has a negative x and a positive y. The third quadrant, which has a negative x and a negative y. And the fourth quadrant, which has a positive x and a negative y. So those characteristics are what we'll use to determine in which quadrant does the point lie. So for the first one, we have a positive 8 and a negative 7. Positive x and negative y, therefore, this will be here, quadrant 4. Now, next we have 4, 0, a positive x but a 0 y. So what shall we do? From the origin, we move to the right 4 units, then stop. So we just stay on the x-axis. So it's not in any quadrant, but it's in the x-axis. How about number 3? A negative x and a negative y. This is quadrant 3. The fourth one, we have 0, then a negative y. So this is we just move down 9 units, but we do not go left or right from the origin. We just stay on the y-axis. And then finally, we have a positive x and a positive y. Therefore, this is quadrant 1. So that's the way how we can determine in which quadrant or sometimes axis do the points actually lie. Now, it is also important that we know how to plot points in a rectangular coordinate system. So let's have an example here. We are asked to plot the following points. Alright, so here we are. So to plot a point, we just simply do the reverse process. Not the reverse, but we actually do the same process for finding the location of a point. So if it's 4, 5, then from the origin, there we go, we count 4 units to the right because it's positive 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then since it's positive 5, 5 units upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there you go. This is point 4, 5. This time, how do we have negative 4, negative 5? So from the origin, we'll go 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5 downward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is negative 4, negative 5. So, try on your own to do the other points. Pause the video and try to answer the other points. So let's see if your answers are correct. This is where C is. This is where D is. This is where E is. F is the easiest. It's just there. While G is quite difficult to do because we count per 1 unit. But that's the process of plotting points in a rectangular coordinate system. And previously, we also located points on where they are and on which quadrant or axis they lie.